Good morning, Shawn Clement here, Wisdom in Golf, in my home office, answering my morning questions, which I do a lot to start my day. And I thought, well, maybe Matt and I should have a question and answer period once a week to get through some of the questions that I find would be very beneficial to many of you. And so here we go. We're starting today. Hope you enjoy it. First question I have here is from Brian. I am a beginner golfer and I have been playing golf for the last couple of years. I gathered a set of clubs last year, but was not fitted for them since I'm fit standard size height. My swing is pretty consistent, but I do not make great contact with the golf ball, some shanking and wild shots at the range. I'm curious if a club fitting would be beneficial for a beginner. And are loft and lie adjustments included, blah, 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 and all that stuff. So the first thing that I recommended for Brian is that he goes to my video entitled How to Choose Your Irons, Shawn Clement. And it's an oldie, but a goodie. And so typically what you do is you go to your local golf store and you try out, 5 of the top models that you see on the market that you find would be beneficial to a beginner golfer. Even then, I would go with a medium handicap type of golf club. And you put tape on the face of the club to see where the ball impact is. And you only have to hit about 5 shots per model. And so you pick a target, of course, on the screen or in the net. You say, okay, I'm going to swing to there. And then you see where you hit the ball in the club. And you'll notice that some models, even for a beginner, will feel and look much nicer than others. So you hit 5 shots with each one. You say, hey, I hit 2 in the center of the club face with this one. 2 others were pretty close to center and 1 was off. I would say that would go to the yes pile. And then you take another model and you say, well, I haven't hit the center of the club face once. I find these a little clunky. I don't like the feel. Well, that goes in a no pile. And it doesn't matter, how much, the manufacturers want to sell these to you. They're all going to tell you they got the best product. They're not crazy. So it's up to you to choose which one fits best for you. So once you've whittled it down to one model and you say, yeah, I love the look of this. I love the feel of that, and I hit it very, reasonably well. You make best friends with it, and that's the club that you're going to use from now on to evolve. Then what you can do, if you're between the height of 5'8" and 6 feet and pretty normal arm length and pretty average hand size, a standard club off the rack will do. All you need to do is really figure out what shaft flex you need. And typically, if you're an aggressive, fast twitch kind of golfer, you'll find that when you swing a regular flex shaft, the shaft's not going to follow you quite well. You'll feel a little flimsiness in the shaft. Versus if it's too stiff, you'll feel like a kind of an anvil at the end of a telephone pole type of syndrome, where you're trying to swing and it feels like you have to swing faster and harder and with more effort to load the shaft. You don't want that. Okay? So it's up to you to figure out, hey, this regular flex shaft really feels good. It feels like it's got some good flex, some good pop. I'm getting some nice control out of it. And then let's say you try it for an average guy, try a ladies flex or a senior flex, and then try something that's extra stiff, and then you'll really get a good comparison as to the shaft flex that you need. For those of you who are wondering about, if you're a little taller than the average, or a little shorter than the average, what I would recommend is you go to the Ping fitting chart. It's a static fitting chart, and they've been pretty spot on. They've been doing this stuff ever since I've been playing golf. And we're looking at 38 years, so they've smoothed things out, and they've streamlined that static fitting chart to a pretty good, a pretty accurate fitting. Okay, so I would go with that. So I hope you enjoyed that. And then it's a matter of choosing your grip. So feel the material that suits you best as far as feel. If you tend to sweat from the hand, stay away from the tacky grips like the tour wraps. Go more towards Tour Velvet or a grip that will absorb a little bit more, like a semi-cord grip that'll absorb some of that perspiration. Okay? Enjoy that, and we'll see you next week.